friends, this is me, Max the Prodigy. This summer, I visited my grandparents who live in the countryside. Life in the countryside is like hitting the pause button. Time slows down, and suddenly, the little things in life steal the show. Picture yourself riding a bicycle along a lane, free from honking cars and bustling crowds, gazing at vast skies and breathtaking sunsets, inhaling lungfuls of crisp, clean air, waking up to a symphony of birdsong, insects, and a rooster. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The countryside reconnects you in ways city life can't compete with. Yes, take mud for starters. If you want something squishy and satisfying in your hands, don't bother popping into a shop to buy Play-Doh or slime. Just play with mud. Believe me, you'll like it. Moreover, I didn't even bother to play on my tablet when I had much more exciting things as insects, sticks, leaves, and stones. Let alone for a fun fair if a real tractor is pulling you along in a wagon in the countryside. But this lifestyle is not about an airiness. To live in the countryside, you have to go to great lengths. You know, not everyone has a green thumb. So to get fruit straight out of your own garden, you have to dig, to pull weeds, to water, and to manure. Blech. Besides, nasty weather can rain on your parade. You know, being an animal lover is not just about having pets like a cat, a hamster, or a dog. In the countryside, they have an array of furry and feathery neighbors like chickens, sheep, and cows. So the ability to produce food demands a lot of efforts. Although humans are good at farming, however, they were not the first farmers. Shock! Horror! A number of astonishing animals discovered agriculture long before humans evolved as a species. Believe it or not, ants began farming before humans existed. Yep, several ant species herd aphids in much the same way that humans keep cattle for milk. Instead of milk, aphids excrete a sugary liquid called honeydew that the ants devour. Ants go to great lengths to care for their aphids, often training them to defecate in a way that makes it easier for the ants to gather and eat the honeydew. In fact, the well-trained aphids will often withhold their honeydew until they are stroked and milked by ants. Even more fascinating, ants herd and haul aphids to new plants, protect them from predators and precipitation, and even care for their eggs. In extreme cases, ants will clip off their domesticated aphids' wings to prevent them from flying away when they mature. Ants are good at gardening too. At least 210 ant species are fungus farmers. Take leaf-cutter ants. They gather leaves to cultivate a fungus that grows on the leaves. Leaf-cutter ants protect the crops from pests and mold. Then they feed the fungus, not the leaves, to their larvae. Much like leaf-cutter ants, many termite species grow mushrooms inside their gigantic mounds to feed the members of a colony. Inside their complex, temperature-controlled buildings, they maintain the ideal growing environment for their fungal food source. Yep, growing fungus crops seems to have a tough road to hoe, but smart and hard-working insects have already learned the best ways to care for them. Among those, there are bark borers named after a fungus they grow within decaying trees, Ambrosia beetles. They build galleries in the sapwood where they breed and farm fungi as their only food source. However, there's a common misconception that we eat wood. You know, friends, fungi is the preferred food of snails too. The sea snail, called Marsh periwinkle, cuts grooves into cordgrass leaves, creating the perfect growing environment for its favorite fungus. These wise snails carefully tend their garden, manuring their crops with their own faces. Let's call it a day, friends. Bye!